Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a wonderful Wednesday. Happy hump day to y'all out there. Hope y'all are having a bloody beautiful day. It is just the standard morning process. That's what I was looking for. I was going to say routine and then process, and here we are. Anyway, the topic I wanted to talk about today, and this kind of follows on from yesterday's video on influence, so if you haven't seen that yet, go back one video and give it a watch. But this is something that I realized specifically when I was doing some mentoring for people with mental and physical disabilities, and the light bulb went off when I was doing that for those guys, but made me think about the rest of society and realize that this was a much bigger epidemic than I anticipated, and that wasn't just exclusive to the people with mental and physical disabilities. There are a number of people in this world, and this is a very disappointing fact, because this is where the foundations of us as human beings are actually born. What it is that there are a truckload of people in this world who have never had an encouraging word said to them, and that's heartbreaking. As these people were growing up, there weren't any encouraging words from anybody to say, hey, you're doing a good job, hey, great work, great effort, whatever it might be. You know, something as simple as that. There are a number of people who never had that positive reinforcement in their upbringing. How do you think that has then impacted their life? How do you think that today they are actually acting? How much of going back to yesterday's video, how much of an influence do you think that has played in the character or the persona that they have today? This is absolutely heartbreaking to me. When I used to do that disability support work and the mentoring, I found these guys, and I had that realization. And you know, they would have, as I mentioned, you know, a mental or physical disability, sometimes both. But I would sit down with them and I'd do some goal setting. You know, we'd write down some things that they want to achieve in life, and most of the time they would write very basic things that would be super achievable. But to them, well, you know, they're basic and super achievable to me and my mindset. But these guys, these were things that, you know, were possibly out of reach to them. And the reason that they were seemingly out of reach is because they have spent their whole life being told no, they cannot do something. Then you get some clown like me coming into their life that says, yes, you fucking can do that, and we're going to do that. And what we would do is then obviously put in a plan in place to achieve some of the things. And it's amazing what will happen when you have just a little bit of positive reinforcement and somebody in your life telling you that yes, you can actually achieve something. And it's amazing that a little bit windy out there this morning, blowing my hair everywhere. It's amazing what resistance you'll actually come up against, both consciously and unconsciously, when you are actually moving towards a goal, when you have spent your whole life believing that you can't actually achieve something. And that's incredibly disappointing to me. How much encouragement have you had in your life? Have you been reinforced by parents, by friends? You know, looking back on my life, my mum was positive and reinforcing, but that was about the extent of my own encouragement, I guess. And you know, even that is difficult. You know, that's I personally had a very rough upbringing, I guess I should say. Very, very traumatic, and still dealing with a lot of issues from that. So your childhood up to the age of about 7 is when the true foundations of you and your existence are actually created. That is where you learn your place within society, how you think, how you feel, your social standings, how you're supposed to act in social environments, all of these social cues. And if that foundation is built on trauma, if it's built on negativity, if it's built on no positive reinforcement, how do you think that then that the rest of your building is going to be built? Not particularly that great. So what can you do to do either A, reinforce yourself and encourage yourself and give yourself that pat on the back that you so bloody deserve? And how are you going to do that for other people? How can you positively encourage somebody else to achieve some things that they don't think that could be possible, just because it's simply a narrative that they are telling themselves? Let's make that a little task for you today. Let's go out, and I'm going to do this too, give positive words of reinforcement to someone and say, hey, you're doing a fucking cracking job. Keep it up. I believe in you. Anyway, that is enough for now. Enough of me waffling on. About to get up there and get it done. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Really keen to hear your thoughts. Do not forget to like and subscribe, because that shit helps these videos way more than you might think. But that's it. Sun's poking her head up now. Beautiful little sunrise this morning that I got to witness before I moved down here anyway. But anyway, alright guys, that's it. Tuning out. Thank you very much for tuning in. Catch you in the next video. As always, much love and namaste.